Will everyone please stand for the national anthem performance previously recorded by the CCHS Concert Choir under direction of Mr. Avinsky. Will everyone please be seated? Welcome faculty, family, and friends, Mr. Murray Lazarus, Mr. Dade, and most importantly, the class of 2021. I would like to start off my speech by saying my name is pronounced Ava, for those of you who've been saying Eva for the past 4 years. Typical class president speeches focus on the achievements of the graduating class. However, our high school experience has been anything but typical. We have lived through historic times, a global pandemic, sweeping social movements, and the election of our first female vice president. Through it all, we have developed traits of patience, persistence, and purpose. It is my hope that as we prepare to go our separate ways, that each of you find a meaningful purpose, extraordinary experiences, and encounter lifelong friends. I have had an incredible past 4 years at CCHS and have enjoyed the small moments every day within these halls. I'm sure, like many of you, I am melancholy about the fact that our 4 years have come to an end, but I'm hopeful and excited for the next 4. Thank you to everyone who's made my experience great, and I look forward to hearing from all of you in the future. Please welcome CCHS Intern Principal Ms. Murray Lazarus, who will share some welcoming remarks.
Thank you, Ava. Good evening and welcome. As I look out and see how many people are here to celebrate our over 280 graduates of the class of 2021, I know you are as proud of them as I am. They are fortunate indeed to have family and friends willing to be flexible and understanding about the ever-changing rules and guidelines that we keep getting, dealing with the unbelievable traffic, and in many cases, even bringing your own chairs so that we can celebrate together and enjoy this momentous occasion. Psalm 133, verse 1 says, "How good it is that brothers and sisters should dwell together in unity." After the challenges and difficulties that this country, this community, and this graduating class have come through, it is indeed a blessing and a joy for us to celebrate this evening together. I would like to begin our celebration by bragging just a little bit about the class of 2021. I know you will enjoy hearing a bit about their accomplishments, and they, your sons and daughters, our soon-to-be graduates, have done so much that makes us proud of them. These students are involved in 33 different school clubs and 26 different varsity athletic teams. This year alone, they sat for 357 AP exams, and they earned SUNY or Marist College credit in 6 different college-level courses, and 15 students earned a career and technical endorsement. Our students demonstrated outstanding musical and artistic talents in a variety of ways. In the Scholastic Arts National Competition this year, we have an American Visions nominee, 6 Gold Key Award recipients, and 6 Silver Key Award recipients. We have a once-in-a-generation all-national orchestra musician, 2 all-state level musicians, 1 New York State Band Director's Honor Ensemble winner, and 36 all-county level musicians. Numerous virtual recordings and performances livened our screens and warmed our hearts throughout the year as well. And this is really a tribute to our outstanding district music and arts program. Watching our drama club's unique production of It's a Wonderful Life in the dark winter months brightened everyone's holiday season, and enjoying the very first outdoor dramatic performance in the drama club's history, the 25th annual Putnam Spelling Bee, was a very special treat to those on stage, backstage, and especially those in the audience. And a particular Academy Award nomination for cameo performances goes to Super Spellers Mr. DeBold, Ms. Argenio, Mr. Dade, and someone whose name will not be mentioned, but who actually brought a dragon right onto the stage in the middle of things. We all became much better spellers, and best of all, we remembered how much fun live theater can be here at Cornwall Central High School. Whether on the stage, behind an instrument, or with a pen or a paintbrush in hand, the class of 2021 showed us that their creative talent is second to none. Their athletic skills and talents have made Cornwall a name that is recognized across the state. Due to the impact of the COVID pandemic on sports, there were no competitions held at state level, but based on every indication and statistic that one could possibly use, it would be quite fair to say that our football team, our baseball team, our girls' basketball team, and many of our track and field athletes would have been state-level champions. Just one example of the many, many ways that this pandemic impacted our children. I'm delighted to say that we include 9 OCIA division-level champion teams, 4 Section 9 team champions, and 21 Section 9 individual champions. Most impressive is the fact that we had a total of 379 varsity scholar athletes who maintained an average of 90% or higher GPA, and that earned our school the honor of being recognized by the Public High School Athletic Association as a school of distinction for only the second time in this school's history. Both of them earned under the leadership of our athletic director, Mr. Michael Cromer. Yes. In spite of the COVID epidemic, this is an amazing accomplishment and certainly something well worth bragging about. Members of the class of 2021 will be attending 110 different schools of higher education or training, and in total, they've earned over $2.4 million in scholarships and awards. All of our graduates should be extremely proud of reaching this milestone in their lives. The students who have pushed themselves to the highest levels in scholarship, leadership, citizenship, and character belong to the National Honor Society because of their commitment to these ideals. I now ask all of the members of the National Honor Society to stand and be recognized for that dedication to excellence. You are an amazing group of young adults, and we congratulate you. Please be seated. In addition, this year, we have a National Merit Scholarship winner. Would Catherine Gagnon please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. All of the accomplishments and achievements would not be possible without the support, hard work, and dedication of the teachers and staff of the Cornwall Central School District. I would like to offer special thanks to the 5 members of the CCHS who are retiring this year: Joyce Biaglo, Tom Howe, Mary McLeod, Robin McGinnis, and Angela Villanueva Diaz. The next generation of teachers will truly stand on the shoulders of these dedicated educators and continue the legacy of excellence that these teachers leave behind. In fact, may I ask all district employees who are here this evening, yes, all of you, to stand for just a moment so we can show our appreciation for all that you have done in whatever your role has been to bring our graduates to this memorable evening. All district employees. Thank you all for everything you did so that our children, your children, can be here tonight. And for those parents in the audience who are here for their last or for their only Cornwall Central High School graduation, would you please stand so that we can recognize and thank you for working in partnership with us? Can you feel the love? My thank yous would not be complete without extending them to the class of 2021. I know that we barely just met, and we spent most of our time together behind masks. But I want you to know how much I have enjoyed being even a small part of your high school journey. In the brief time that I have known you, you've taught me a lot. And here are the top 10 things that I've learned about the class of 2021. Number 10, the school day really officially and actually starts at Dunkin' Donuts. And whatever happens after that is sort of optional. Number 9, green is definitely your favorite color, except, of course, if we're talking about sidewalk chalk. Inside joke here. Number 8, you really don't know or very much care if it's an A day or a B or a C or a D day, kind of like if you're here at all before that first bell, you're good to go for whatever day it is. Well, luckily, that doesn't matter anymore. Real life does not have letters attached to the days. But real life does have alarm clocks, so be prepared and show up early whenever possible. Number 7, you never, ever, I mean ever, listen to the morning announcements, except if Justin is making them really loud, or I make them really annoying or occasionally funny. Number 6, you're incredibly polite, even when no one notices. It's just natural to you. I have never, in my life, heard so many pleases, thank yous, or have a nice days. And you hold the door for each other. And for me. My goodness, your parents taught you well. Number 5 that I've learned, you can text people while you're walking down the hall without bumping into each other. And you text the people that you're standing or sitting right next to instead of actually talking, which means that the cafeteria at Cornwall High School is way quieter than anywhere I've ever been, because thumbs don't make noise. It's really... Number 4, you're very inventive at finding reasons to be in the hall or the library or the gym or Mr. Poncel's class, the art room, the band room, the guidance office, or the mask break areas. And you always have very creative, if not very believable, explanations to go along with wherever you happen to be. Number 3, you like Crocs as much as, or maybe even more than I do. And you like Cornwall team hoodies and t-shirts a lot. And some of you seem to like to wear only half of your shirt to school. Or maybe they just shrink as you walk in the door. I'm probably going to get some heat for saying that, but it's okay. I love you anyway. Number 2 that I've learned, you care about each other a lot. In the isolation of COVID, you have become stronger, more united, and more connected than any group of seniors that I've ever met. I know this because of all the texts and emails that you sent to Ms. Chyla, Mr. Poncel, Ms. Wilhelm, Mr. Ray, even when he wasn't here, and me about prom and senior fest and graduation and everything and anything that matters to you. It was clear to me that you really matter to each other more than anything. And that's a beautiful thing, my young friends, such a beautiful thing. Number 1, I learned you are proud to be Dragons, proud to be part of the heritage and history of this school, and proud of yourselves in the very best way possible, because you earned the chair that you're sitting in tonight, and the cap and the gown that you're wearing, and the diploma that you'll be receiving very soon. My wish to the class of 2021 is that you remember your roots, never lose your pride in being a dragon, and being a dragon, remember your wings. You may not see them, but there they are, and they will take you wherever your dreams lead you. And finally, remember the way back home, where we love you and cherish you, and especially tonight, class of 2021, we congratulate you. The next part of our program is the wonderful tradition of recognizing those individuals who have committed to serving our country by enlisting in military service. Remember, the many freedoms that we enjoy would not be possible without those who answer the call to serve. I will call the name of each graduate who has made this commitment, and I will ask you, graduates, soon-to-be graduates, will you please rise and remain standing throughout the recognition of all who will or are currently or have served this great nation. Ashley Hickman, United States Coast Guard Academy. Elena Teague, United States Military Academy. Jaden Lewis, enlisting in the Army National Guard. Anthony Saluski, Army ROTC, Christopher Newport University. Jalen Mitchell, Air Force ROTC at NYU. And Nathan Weinicki, Air Force ROTC, Norwich University. I ask you to please remain standing while I now call on all active duty service men and women and veterans of any of our armed services to stand and join our seniors in receiving recognition for your service and dedication to our country. Please rise. Active duty or veterans? Thank you. You may be seated. We thank you for your service, and we hope that your example encourages our graduates to give back to their community and their country as you have. Graduates, you took your seats tonight as seniors, and you will leave them as alumni. And as you go off to your new ventures, know that Cornwall Central High School will always be a place you can come back to and call home. Always remember, once a dragon, always a dragon. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of tonight's celebration. Thank you.
Please welcome Mr. Joseph DeBold, District Director of Guidance K-12, who will speak about community service recognition.
Well, first, I have to say this before I even get started with what I want to say is I have this sometimes terrible feeling I'm going to wake up at my desk and it's January, because this is a dream. Think about where we are right now. This is absolutely fantastic, and I can't get enough of how awesome this day is that we're here like this. I couldn't imagine from the winter on, so if this is a dream, I don't want to wake up, because this is awesome. So. Good evening, class of 2021 and distinguished guests. My name is Joseph DeBold, and I am the Director of Guidance for the Cornwall Central School District. I have the distinct honor to present to you the class of 2021 200-hour community service diploma recipients. Before I begin, I want to remind this community and this class where they were in March of their junior year until now. There are so many words or phrases that I'm sure all of you never want to hear again or see again. Words like shut down, canceled, Google Meet, join code, hybrid, asynchronous, pivot, or everyone's least favorite, please check your email for an important message from Superintendent Dade. At the same time, when all of this was occurring, there were other words that were going on behind the scenes. Despite the extraordinary amount of loss this class endured, words like selflessness, helping, dedication, leading, comforting, inspiring, and giving were all taking place. This is why, with great pride, I am happy to report to all of you that this graduating class, despite what they went through, completed a grand total of 8,689 hours of community service locally or abroad in the world. These students engaged in community service individually, in large groups, and also virtually when the world gave them no other option. Ladies and gentlemen of the Cornwall Central School District community, I submit to you what hope and resiliency looks like. It's standing right behind me. Additionally, we also offer students the option to gain a special endorsement on their diploma in which they engage in at least 200 hours or more of community service. The students must apply for this special endorsement, log 200 hours or more of community service, and then fill out a form reflecting on their experiences. I am pleased to announce that 18 students of the class of 2021 have achieved this prestigious diploma endorsement. These 18 students have accounted for a total of 4,360 hours of community service in total throughout their high school careers. This tremendous amount of service has definitely been felt throughout our community, schools, and our greater world. Students who have achieved this endorsement are signified by wearing a gold pin that is marked with the words, "In honor of outstanding community service." As I announce your name, please stand and be recognized. You may remain standing until instructed to be seated. Please hold all of your applause until all the names have been called. And now, the recipients of the Cornwall Central High School Community Service Diploma Endorsement are Rebecca Baxai, Catherine Bracchia, Michaela Brown, Elizabeth Correnti, Emily Cucci, Nicholas Dugan, Michael Gardina, Owen Hurley, Shelby Johnson, Ryan Kraft, Harrison Kulik, Brianna Lewis, David Olson, Catherine Ordonez, Noel Parsons, Caden Salisbury, Nora Wingfield, and Nathan Wonicki. Please join me in a round of applause for these students and the rest of the class of 2021. You may be seated. See, they are awesome kids. They listen. I mean, it's great. I would like to welcome back to the podium Miss Ava Davitt.
Now I'm going to welcome the valedictorian of the class of 2021, Catherine Gagnon.
Good evening, Cornwall students, faculty, administration, families, friends, and soon-to-be graduates. Before I begin, I would ask that you all please mute your microphones. Jokes aside, it is really nice to see everyone here in person rather than online. I would like to especially thank our principal, Mrs. Lazarus, our superintendent, Mr. Dade, our vice principals, Mrs. Wilhelm, Mr. Ray, and Mr. Keller, as well as Mr. DeBold, Mr. Ponsel, and Mrs. Chyla for making this year's graduation a reality in the best way possible. I would also like to thank friends and family for supporting our class throughout the past years, through thick and thin. And to my fellow seniors, it is truly an honor to speak on your behalf today. Thank you in advance for bearing with me as I tried to do our Cornwall journey justice. This is a monkey's fist I made earlier this month in physics class. It's a special type of knot woven around a bouncy ball that looks surprisingly impressive. Putting it together certainly requires skill. Mr. Stack always said it helps to have 3 hands. But the hardest part of making the knot is actually tightening it. Simply pulling the ends won't tighten all of the sections, and the string is tough enough to irritate your fingers and require pliers. But if you use the right amount of force in the right areas, the result is well worth it. Our high school years have been difficult, to say the least. On top of the usual stress of balancing grades, participating in extracurriculars, and navigating relationships, we've had to deal with remote school, numerous unexpected quarantines, masks, not seeing friends for extended periods of time, and uncertainty over our future. I remember talking with a friend in late winter about the latest change, live Google Meet school days in place of our asynchronous remote days. Although we both knew the system would be more beneficial for our education, we also knew that they were students who would have to quit jobs they had taken to support their families and find new ways to get by. We have all had our moments of darkness this year. In the middle of one varsity soccer practice, we were told to check our phones. Half of us had just been quarantined, and we played the next game with no substitutes. Seniors this year had to consider another factor while making their college choices: which schools would actually be open for in-person classes this fall. And let's not forget about Unemployment Thursdays in macroeconomics, where we more often than not saw the number of new weekly unemployment claims increase week after week. But those moments do not define this class. Rather, the adversity we faced ultimately made us stronger. It pulled us closer together as a community and transformed us into something remarkable, just like a monkey's fist. Take our athletic teams as examples. Despite their regular seasons, we were division and section champions in a multitude of sports. On top of that, many new students across all grades joined teams for the first time, and we finished off strong with a recent sock drive that benefited Sullivan County homeless shelters and veterans groups. And outside of sports, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee musical was an extraordinary hit this year. It was the talk of the school the week before and after, and all the athletes secretly loved listening to the rehearsals during practices, even if we will never admit it. I personally met so many new friends this year that I would not have reached out to before coronavirus. I sat with new people at lunch and talked in class more than I ever have before. Sorry, teachers. But I'm sure I'm not alone when I say that our shared burden has forged many new friendships among students this year, friendships that have overcome barriers and differences. So while our community has endured and continues to endure unique adversity, I believe it has also strengthened our bonds and unified us more deeply. It has tightened us into a strong, beautiful community and a firm knot of belief in perseverance and hope. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge you to see more than successful graduates before you. We are more than 2-time football state champions, more than cross-country state champions, more than all national musicians, more than section champions, more than scholarship recipients, AP students, all-state vocalists, college pre-freshmen, future service members, and high school graduates. We are a class who has faced a crisis and emerged stronger from it. We are a community that has actively learned to live life as you get it. We are individuals willing and able to walk through each day with our heads held high, no matter what lies ahead. So graduates, classmates, friends, wherever you end up in the years ahead, thank you for making the most of these past years and making Cornwall a place where anyone can thrive. I ask that you always remember to approach each day with gratitude and remain beautiful and strong in the face of trouble, just like a monkey's fist. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be ever at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Thank you.
Now sit back, relax, and enjoy a recording of Hero performed by the CCHS Concert Choir and soloist Alex Raposo. This year, it's dedicated to the teachers and staff for all they've done.
There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid, but you are. There's an answer. If you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and he casts your fears aside, and you know you can survive when you feel like holding on. Look inside your heart, be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. God knows the dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone take them away. There will be tomorrow. In time, you'll find the way. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and he casts your fears aside, and you know you can survive when you feel like hope is gone. Look inside your heart, be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in you.
Please welcome salutatorian of the class of 2021, Zachary Hummel.
Hey everyone. And by everyone, I mean everyone. As unexpected as it was for graduation to change, I'm glad it did. Finally, after all this time, things feel normal. That being said, I don't want to spend the next few minutes talking about the pandemic. Don't get me wrong, we've all suffered an incredible amount of loss, and I'm quite grateful to the teachers who've worked so hard this year. My mom's a school teacher, and so I've seen firsthand the amount of stress COVID has put on the education system. I think we all owe our educators a great debt. But I'm sure that by the time the evening is through, you'll be sick of hearing phrases like unprecedented times or atypical school year. Perhaps a fitting quote comes from Greek Stoic philosopher Epictetus. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power or our will. So, instead of fixating on a pandemic that none of us could control, I'd like to talk about something that I can control, something that brings me happiness. From a distance, I'm not going to play. From a distance, this looks like a normal trumpet. However, that couldn't be farther from the truth. When I graduated a semester early, I had an apprenticeship to help build this horn. It's custom. There's not a single other trumpet on the face of the planet that is exactly like this one. When building it, each decision I made was for a reason, a specific purpose. The ultimate goal was to craft a horn that had a darker, mellower, more resonant tone, ideal for playing in an orchestra and blending with the instruments around me. To achieve my goal, I made modifications to the bell size, the shape of the tubing, the placement of brackets, all modifications which, in one way or another, made this trumpet ideal for a classical setting. Then there were more practical modifications, such as the placement of my pinky ring, which I determined based on the size of my oversized hand, and also the addition of an extra spit valve. And yes, I know that's gross, but it's not technically spit, it's condensation. But sure, there are plenty of factory-made trumpets that work incredibly well for the majority of players. But I've come to realize that this trumpet represents an underlying belief that's guided my decisions for the past 2 years. One size doesn't fit all. I mean, don't even get me started on this cap, which Herff Jones claims is one size fits all, but I think my oversized head would beg to differ. The fact of the matter is that we're all unique. We're all following different career paths, and we're all guided by different goals and beliefs. So, why should all of us be expected to take the same classes in high school? Why should you join an extracurricular you're not passionate about? Why should you settle for the factory model? I made my academic decisions in the same way I made decisions about the custom trumpet. Each detail of the horn was tailored to an underlying goal to find the best fit for me. If you haven't guessed already, I want to be a trumpet player after college. So instead of taking AP Physics, I enrolled in college-level music classes at the Manhattan School of Music. Instead of spending hours upon hours each night studying, I spent hours upon hours practicing so that I could audition for all nationals. Ultimately, I've taken one AP. I haven't taken math, science, or foreign language since 10th grade, and I graduated 5 months ago. But I don't regret these decisions. They gave me the opportunity to focus on what I was passionate about. I'm not saying that you shouldn't value your education. I'm just saying that you should make it your own. All of you are brilliant, not just the top 10, whose GPAs are so close together, I'm pretty sure they're violating CDC guidelines. I know, it was a dad joke. But take that brilliance and stand out amongst your peers in college, in the military, or in the workforce. Don't ignore your ambitions because you're afraid it's too much of a risk. In the words of Wynton Marsalis, if you want to be different, do something different. In a year where everything feels out of your control, keep in mind what you can control, and I know we'll all go on to change the world. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2021.
Please welcome at this time Miss Nancy Bryan, President of the Board of Education.
Dear senior class, it is an honor to stand before you this evening. To each of you here, hold your head up high, for you are here. For my inspiration being with you tonight, I look to Henry David Thoreau. Born in 1817, he was an American essayist, poet, and practical philosopher. And in 2021, it is still so appropriate to share his words. Henry David Thoreau said, "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. Yes, my dear graduates, follow your dreams, but if they change along the way, embrace the change and see where it leads. Thoreau also said, you must live in the present, launch yourself on every wave, find your eternity in every moment. Do not stand on your island of opportunities and look towards another land. There is no other land and there is no other life but this. Dear graduates, this is your life. You can choose your pace, you can choose your direction. You can change your direction, you can stop, and you can restart. My second inspiration from Martin Luther King speaks to resilience. Sorry, I had to throw that word in. The ultimate measure of a person is not where they stand in moments of comfort, but where they stand at times of challenges and controversy. Remember, graduates, you are here. And my final inspiration is from my family. From being the wife of a Cornwall graduate who recently celebrated the 50-year milestone of graduation with his class, and as a mother of 3 Cornwall graduates, I can tell you, as a mother, I did not raise perfect children. Perfection is highly overrated. My children made mistakes, had their stops and starts, but their Cornwall roots still serves them well. So, my dear graduates, if you are not feeling perfect, know you are in good company with the rest of us. In a year that has been like any other, you are here, and for that, I commend all of you and your families. And in closing, please remember this. No matter what your path, no matter how often you stop or start or change your direction, in the end, remember, it's where you land that matters. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Please welcome to the podium Mr. Terry J. Dade, Superintendent of Schools for the Cornwall Central School District.
Good evening, students, staff, parents, and loved ones. Just think of how far we've come to have the largest assembly of CCSD community to be right here this evening celebrating the class of 2021. We've come a long, long way. Mr. DeBold joked about my email message going out to the community, but in all seriousness, if a message did go out this evening, it would be to simply say thank you. Thank you to our teachers and administrators and all other staff members for bringing your best each and every day for our students, even as you were dealing with the same fears and anxieties that we all face with our own families and friends. Teachers, staff, and administrators literally had to reinvent how to educate in a pandemic, all without precedent or a playbook. You are all absolute rock stars. A special shout out to our custodians and buildings and grounds team. Thank you for digging deep despite all of the scrutiny and criticism you faced at the beginning of the year. All eyes were on you and our cleaning and sanitizing efforts, and you handled it all beautifully. Thank you to Cheryl Murray Lazarus, who came to us at exactly the right time. Her leadership was a true blessing to the CCHS family, and I'll be forever grateful for you helping us during this year of transition. Thank you to our parents and relatives who supported our seniors from kindergarten up until now to make sure that they had all of the care, praise, sometimes grounding, and love that they needed to become their best selves. You are without a doubt their biggest and most important cheerleaders. And most importantly, thank you to our students, the historic class of 2021. Thank you for being more positive and resilient than most folks twice and 3 times your age. You are stronger and wiser than you'll ever know. Class of 2021, despite all of the obstacles that life, school, and the pandemic threw at you over the past 15 months, you persevered and have emerged as one of, if not the most successful class to graduate from Cornwall Central High School. This class encountered full remote, streaming, hybrid instruction, survived countless quarantines, pivots, masks, hand sanitizer, social distancing, SNAP screening, temperature checks, doctor clearances, holiday pauses, travel restrictions, assigned seats during their senior year, lots and lots of Google Meets, not seeing their family and friends for a long time, all before we finally returned to some sense of normalcy with full in-person a few months ago. Despite all of this, class, you have been nothing less than impressive all year long. So to our CCHS seniors, for the last time, as you sit before us, I would like to leave you with 7 quick pieces of what I hope is practical advice. These little nuggets served me well in college and beyond. Number 1, call your mom and dad. This will help keep anxiety back home at a manageable level. Number 2, whenever possible, take morning classes. This allows you to be done by noon, then you have the rest of the day to socialize, take a nap, work out, take a nap, be involved in clubs and organizations, take a nap, and most importantly, study. Number 3, do not get a credit card. For the love of all things magical, please don't do it. You would not believe how quickly late night snacks and other irresponsible purchases will add up. Number 4, please respect your parents. They all graduated from high school without Google. Number 5, don't take criticism from someone you would never go to for advice. I still live by this rule to this very day. The world is full of critics, but if you allow yourself to be consumed by criticism, you will never reach your full potential. Number 6 is what I call the great trifecta of being a well-rounded and awesome human being. Be kind, work hard, and have fun. If you can do all 3 of these things as you move on to the next stage of your life, you will absolutely be successful. And I saved the most important for last. Number 7, your families are extremely, extremely proud of you right now. You can't imagine the sense of pride and relief that they are all experiencing. This would be a great time to ask them for money. With that said, we now get to what I love most about my job as your superintendent. Graduates, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Board of Education, it is my distinct honor to hereby certify and present to you the graduating class of Cornwall Central High School, class of 2021.
Mr. Hines and Mr. Ravinsky will now begin announcing names for our graduation.
Catherine Gagnon. Ava Davitt. Brandon Abarca. Brian Abbott. Frankie Abreu. Michael Alvarado. Angelina Amici. Perry Anderson. Quinn Andrews. Bryce Babcock.
Zachary Hummel. Aaron Bacher. Megan Bacher. Rebecca Backside. Lauren Bailey. Leighton Bailey. Anthony Baltazar. Amaya Barbier. Trevor Barnes. Cecilia Barnesby. Ava Bartle.
Devin Perry Bautista. Anna Teresa Belmont. Andrew Bianchi. Thomas Blois. Valentina Bloom. Jason Borman. Catherine Braccia. John Brady. Samantha Brennan. Mario Borsicello. Zachary Broadmerkel.
Emma Brondum. Maxwell Brooks. Michaela Brown. Daniel Brubaker. Eliana Belusin. L. Burridge. Jayla Caldwell. Maggie Cameron. Madeline Camo. Miles Cartoon.
Jessica Cartwright. Joseph Castellonia. Carlos Castro. Matthew Cavallo. Yvette Cedeno. Jacob Cerrone. Mackenzie Chatham. Olivia Chewins. Eva Corsiori. Peyton Cochia. Joseph Capola.
Dominic Capolino. Layla Kornman. Elizabeth Carenti. Isabella Crow. Caden Cubido. Emily Cucci. Tyler D'Ambrosio. Faith Darling. Christopher DeBrose. Ava DePolice. Ava Descharnay.
Aiden Dewsnap. John Diamond. Mary Diamond. Molly Diamond. Alexandra Diaz. Catherine DeLillo. Tegan Donley. Mary Donovan. Giselle Durego. Corey Dravecki. Alexander Duchamaza.
Caitlin Dugan. Nicholas Dugan. Nicholas Ian Dumlau. Eileen Dunsmore. Dhruv Engineer. Anthony Ercolino. Liliani Fabini. Joseph Fay. Megan Ferrone. Richard Faro. Nicholas Festa.
Mia Fiorello. Thomas Fisher. Cameron Fisher. Christina Fiumara. Lars Phosphate. Kayla Francis. Alyssa Furtacci. Andrew Fredericks. Connor Firth. Jack Gaylord. Catherine Galante. Nicholas Galeas. Olivia Gallo. Katarina Galvin. Walter Gardner. Isabel Gastambidi. Angelina Gazillo. Brendan Geddes. Mia Giametta. Michael Giardina. Mary Gibbons. Shannon Gilpatrick. Oh. Gabriel Giamara. Nicholas Galemis. John Graziano. Dylan Green. Isaiah Gregorio. Anthony Guerreri. Adrian Hakai. Olivia Hansen. Joseph Harvey. Marlena Hefner. Ashley Hickman.
Min Huang. Tyrone Hodge Jr. Kayla Hughes. Grace Hurley. Owen Hurley. Aiden Hurley Kalichi. Connor Hurst. Julia Ianquinta. Samantha Jacopino. Abigail Jameson. Aiden Jankowski.
Brianna Jean Marie. Erin Jankelite. Shelby Johnson. Camille Jolly. Loop Capsack. Malia Katwaru. Claire Kelly. Lily Klein. Karina Kolesnikova. Eileen Kong.
Ryan Kraft. Abigail Cromer. Harrison Kulik. Eric Larson. Karen Leroy. Catherine Lawrence. Brianna Lewis. Jaden Lewis. Anna Liba. Alexander Lindquist. Michael Lujan.
That was a good one, Mr. Vinsky. Nathan Lopane. Zachary Lopane. Jasmine Lyle. Noelle Lynch. Alana Malone. Edward Mannion V. Joshua Martinez. Rebecca Martini. Natalie Massey. Emily McCardle. Connor McDonald.
Jalen McFall. Thomas McGuire. Caitlin McNair. Braden McTeague. Brandon Melendez. Lucas Minna. Louisa Merdini. Eric Meyer. Ashley Meza Morales. Kira Midlarski.
Connor Mitchell. Sarah Molina. Gianna Monte. Evan Morales. Blaze Mucci. Patrick Murphy. Matthew Mashevitz. Putting it on? Okay. Brianna Gamalu Kemta. Gilbert Noah. Michael Novo. Brian Novotny.
You could do better, Mr. Hines. Jaden Oates. Justin Oates. Marco Oliveria. David Olson. James O'Neill. Catherine Ardonez. Aaron O'Rourke. Kyle Pauloni. Noel Parsons. Ricken Patel. Lily Patterson.
Matthew Pecoraro. Tiffany Petty. Isabella Peralta. Patricia Pettis. Angelica Pierre. Leilani Pedeno. Joseph Puller. Patrick Purcell. Angela Q. Caitlin Quimby. Ryan Raby.
Alora Ramey. Danielle Ramos. Gabrielle Ramos. Alexandra Raposo. Tyler Ray. Allison Reel. Madison Roby. Cynthia Rogan. Carly Roginski. Catherine Roland. Rachel Rupchand.
Christopher Rose. Colleen Rourke. Kalia Rush. Kaiden Salisbury. Julia Samuelson. Gabrielle Sanchez. Gracie Sanchez. Joshua Sandler. Julia Santiago. Olivia Santos. Melody Sage.
Grace Shambari. Kayla Schrader. Ryan Schreiner. Robert Sierra. Zachary Slickta. Alexander Smith. Luis Solino. Elena Soma. Elise Soto. Wes Spalding. Zachary Stack. Jake Strauss. Lorelei Soleisenberg. Maya Suarez. Anthony Saluski. Chelsea Swaby. Louis Tagliaferro. Jay Talley. Zachary Taub. Elena Taig. Alyssa Taminia. Paige Weiss. Emma Watson. Turner Warren. Alan Viscasil. Justin Vreeland. Liam Venit. Kyle Versweveld. Charisma Vergara. Jaden Vega. Caroline Valle. Emily Uren.
Sierra Westbrook. Jamie White. Julia Williams. Charles Winchell. Nora Wingfield.
Nathan Wanacke. Jacob Warner. Madison Youngs. Brooke Zimmer. Gabriella Zwickel. Brendan Zyla.
As we conclude the presentation of the class of 2021, I ask that you do what you're already doing. Stand together one final time and follow the age-old academic tradition of moving the tassel on your cap from the right side to the left. With this simple action, you become graduates of Cornwall Central High School. And let me be the first to officially congratulate the class of 2021. Our graduates will now proceed together back into the school and will be out to greet you all in just a few moments. Thank you all for being here tonight, and good evening.